Welcome back to Magic Tarot Cards. We're doing a video on Sonya Massey. Y'all, this was something I hadn't heard about till one of my subscribers told me that this happened, because I don't watch a lot of news because I like to, when I do readings on people that are missing or been murdered or whatever, I want to do the reading first before I watch what really happened. So Sonya Massey is a lady that got shot in the face by a policeman that came into her home. She initially had called the police because I think she thought there was a prowler outside her home or something like that. I did, after my subscriber told me about her, I went to a 3-minute clip to watch it and see, pick up some energy on them, the police officer, and, what happened. So there's a whole bunch of other videos I want to watch, but I'm going to do my reading first, and then I'm going to go back and watch them. But anyway, there was a prowler, or she thought there was a prowler breaking in outside. When the police came, they looked around outside, they came into her home, and then they fatally shot her in the face. Because it's like one thing escalated into another, and she had a pot of boiling water on the stove. I don't know if she was getting ready to cook or whatever. So the police officer asked her to remove that pot of water off the stove. And when she did, one of the police officers backed up or acted like he was afraid or something. And so she asked him why he was afraid. And he said, well, he was moving away from the water. He didn't want it on him. Okay, here's the thing. She started chanting, she started chanting in the name of Jesus, I rebuke you, something like that. Okay, so the police officer took that as aggressive. And after the second time she said it, he picked up the gun and told her to put the water down. She was still holding the pot of water. And immediately, before she could even put the water down, he shot her in the face. And then the countertop was here. She was on the other side by the stove. He was way back here. So even if she had splashed the water on him, it wouldn't have reached him. So after he shot her in the face, he moved around this way and shot her like a few more times in the face till she was dead. Well, then the other police officer that was with him said, I'm going to go get the first aid kit to help her. And he said no, that she was dying anyway. And then he called her some kind of name, is what I understand. And he said he wasn't going to waste his supplies on her because either she was going to die anyway or something like that. I'm getting conflicting stories, so that's why I'm here to see what's really going on. And yeah, it's a mess, man. I cannot believe what they did to this girl. I do feel like she had some type of mental issues, maybe bipolar or schizophrenic. But I don't believe it was happening at that moment. And I'm going to tell you why she started chanting that, okay? But let's get started. Okay, first of all, this channel is branded. You do not have permission to copy it for any reason. Hit that notification bell so you'll be reminded when I upload another video. If you want a personal reading, contact me with the email, with a text message down below, and I'll get back at you. Also, my cup, the link is in the disclaimer box down below. You can manifest good luck and love, money, and health. Sorry, this other cup's in the way. And then this cup is a cup that my daughter brought me when she visited Chicago. My daughter's a world traveler. She's traveled to every state, all different countries. And she always brings me back a souvenir. This one's from Chicago when she went to visit Chicago. Not that long ago. I'm just drinking water. I feel so parched. All right, so let's get started. So I asked Spirit, I'm asking Spirit, because I've already shuffled and I'm shuffling again. And I'm asking Spirit about, now that she's crossed over, I want to know, where is she? Did she cross over? Did she move into the light? What are her final thoughts and feelings? And what's going to happen to the police officer? All right. So, her name was Sonya Massey. Okay, so Spirit, show me Sonya Massey. Show me Sonya Massey. This one was already flipped. We're going to turn it back. Show me Sonya Massey. Oh, there is the Oh, I just saw it. It's the one I saw first. I'm going to pick that one. And I heard that this officer had already been, like, worked at 6 different places where he was let go from or fired, or he had a lot of issues being a police officer, you know, and he had very bad attitude, very, this is actually him right here, very bad attitude. I just don't feel like, there she is, crossing over, y'all. What messages do you have, Sonya Massey? What messages do you have to give out to your family, friends, to the people out there that are supporting you? There's people have been rallying about her. Sonya Massey, what messages do you have? What message do you have, Sonya Massey? Okay, so there's a lot of information coming into me from Spirit. Anytime I do these type of readings, I have to get with Spirit first and consult with them, and then they give me the okay to either do it or not do it, because I'm dealing with a real person here that has passed away, and no disrespect to her, but I want the truth to come out. This girl needs justice. She deserves justice, and it's just, this is one of the worst crimes I've ever seen by a police. All right, so I'm just going to start from the beginning to end. So the King of Wands, this portrays the officer. You know what? I don't even know his name. I mean, I knew his name, but I've forgotten his name, but I'm not going to say it here. Okay, so this is the officer. He portrays himself as the King of Wands, very helping, superior, because the king is a superior. He'll protect you. Why do I say that? Because the salamanders are here. They are protection. Whenever you see a salamander, that means you're protected, or they'll protect you, or they carry protection. All right. Wand, in deep thought about you, wants to help you, a good man. But it's in the reverse, meaning that it's not what he is, that he's a liar. He pretends to be all this that he portrays out on the outside, but on the inside, he is not that. He is not what he shows out there to the world. Oh, I'm this, I'm that. No, that is not what he is. All right. And then we have the Tower in the reverse. Okay, so in the upright, we all know this is an unexpected event. The tower, the lightning bolt hits the tower. The people fall where? To their demise. There's only one death card in the deck, but there's many cards that indicate that. This is one of them, and this is one of them. All right. And you have to really study the cards and been reading for a long time to know that. And then Spirit talks to you. I talk directly to Spirit. I don't just read cards on my own. I talk directly to Spirit. I've been taught for more than 30 years how to read these cards by my ancestors. So, yeah. So it's in the reverse. That means it's a passing nature. That means this has happened. So she had an unexpected event. Something hit her, boom, she fell to her demise. Okay, that's what happened to her. All right, so she fell to her demise, passed away because of this issue. Now, here is the sneaky card. So I'm seeing that after this happened, they tried to tell the family that they didn't tell the family the truth, or they weren't telling the truth. It wasn't until the body cams, and that's what I watched. I watched a 3-minute body cam from the officer after they released it. It hadn't been released like maybe this happened maybe 2 weeks ago or something like that. Finally, they released it, and it showed the truth. And I was disgusted when I saw what really happened. But this officer, both officers, there's 2 here, were being sneaky. They tried to hide the truth. They didn't tell the truth. They're very deceptive. They lied, and this is the sneaky card. This is what this represents. This only represents being sneaky. If anyone's saying anything else, that's no. This is the sneaky card. That he's tiptoeing, stealing these swords. It could mean stealing your energy, stealing the truth, stealing whatever, and making you believe that something else happened. That this is going to happen. There's yellow. See, yellow always represents what they say. Oh, this is going to happen good. This is going to be good. But if you notice, his feet are not firmly planted on the ground. He's tiptoeing, meaning he's not telling the truth. He's a liar, but he left evidence behind, which brings out truth. What was the evidence? His body cam, their body cam. Okay, so that's what brought out the truth. Again, this officer, during what was happening in her house, the officer was very deceptive, cunning. He was trying to control her with his power of aggression. This is what the Five of Swords mean. Trying to control someone with their power of aggression. What was his power of aggression? His gun, his status that he's a police officer, and, that's what he's going to do. He's going to, shoot you or try to control you with his authority, liar, deceptive. And see, the people are walking away. They can't handle the pressure, so they throw their swords down. And lots of turbulence here. There was lots of turbulence in her house. Lots of, she wasn't sure. After a while, she wasn't sure if these two men were actually going there to help her because of the way they started acting around her. So she became afraid. All right, this is going to be short, y'all, because I'm going to do more parts to this video. Okay, so I did ask, what her thoughts are, what messages she wants to give out there, and did she cross over? So here's the Hangman. I always get this when someone passes away and they have crossed over to the other side. All right, so she has moved up and out to the light. All right, she's on a cross, She is in deep thought thinking about that, but she wants justice. I'm seeing, first and foremost, she wants justice for what happened. She wants people to keep protesting. I'm hearing the word protesting, and so they can bring these officers to justice. Now, I do hear that one of the officers, or the one that shot her, is in jail, and he's been fired, and he's in jail. And, they're going to either try him for murder or first-degree murder or something like that, which is good. I hope he gets the electric chair for what he did, or rots in prison. All right, the family needs justice for her and for, everything that has happened to her. I am seeing, okay, so I asked, why, what I want to know is, why did you start chanting what you did that made the officer shoot you? Okay, so what I got from her and Spirit is that when she started chanting, she was trying to rebuke the spirit of fear, meaning when the officer showed fear of her, she started chanting the spirit of fear, meaning she felt like there was something there making the officer afraid of her, which there was no reason for the officer to be afraid of her because she wasn't going to do nothing to him. So she started saying, I rebuke you in Jesus' name, not to him, but to the spirit of fear, to the spirit that was there making him afraid. And he's a demon anyway. This man is not a Christian. This officer is not a person that has Christ in their life. They've done many. Oh my goodness, I'm seeing Spirit is telling me he's done so many things to people. He's been a crooked cop for a long time. He's hurt so many people and it's time that he's brought to justice. He has 6 jobs that I guess he was either fired from, police jobs, or removed from prior to this one, for hurting other people, doing the wrong thing, and they still give him a job. I mean, like, come on. So, and, some officers do get corrupt that way because they have, a little bit of power and that gun, thinking that they, above the law and do whatever they want to do to people, and that's just not going to happen. All right. So a lot of people say, well, why did she start saying that? Why did she start chanting that? Because she was chanting away the spirit of fear. When she saw that he became afraid, she was a spiritual person. She was a person that prayed a lot and spiritual. So she started saying, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. Not to him. She was literally praying away the fear so he would not be afraid of her. Well, he took that as very aggressive. And he took it as, oh, she was going to throw the water on me. This is what he said, that she was going to throw the boiling water on him, and he was trying to protect himself. There was no indication in the video that I watched, it was a 3-minute clip, that she was going to throw the water on him. She even just had like less than a minute to move that pot of water off the stove onto the countertop because they shot her within a minute. Okay, and then he was far away. The countertop was here, she was over here and he was way over here on this side. Even if she had thrown the water at him, it would not have reached him. There was no signs of threat. She was unarmed. Okay, she did not verbally threat him. She did not show. She was not aggressive. She was unarmed. So how do you justify him shooting her in the face to her demise? You know, oh my goodness, it makes me so angry. She's telling me right now that she's angry. She's feeling so much anger, and I can feel what she feels. She's so angry. She wants justice. She's saying that her life was shortened by this man, that she wasn't supposed to die. She was supposed to live, to a older age, is what I'm hearing, older age. She's very angry about this, very angry about this. But she has crossed over. She has crossed over to the light, and she's made it to the other side. But she's going to come back and forth until there's some kind of justice being done. She wants justice for what happened to her. But I'm hearing that she did not threaten him. She's literally saying that she did not threaten him. She did not act like she was threatening him. She had no weapons. She had no intentions of hurting that man or throwing the water at him. She was merely doing what they asked her to do. They asked her to move the pot off the stove, and that's what she was doing. And within, I think, less than a minute, maybe 2 minutes, because she did chant and say, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus" twice, they shot her. And when they asked her to put the water down, she actually moved to the countertop to put it down, but they didn't give her enough time to put it down as he moved in on her and shot her in the face. He literally shot her in the face, y'all, blew her face off. And once she went down with that one bullet, you would think that he would stop there, you don't shoot someone that's unarmed 1,000 times because they're unarmed. She was already down, so why move around the counter and go shoot her 10 more times or however many times he shot her when she's unarmed? Once she's down, what is she going to do? She can't get back up, and especially if you shoot her in the face, she's not going to get back up and go at you. So he moved around the counter to where she was at and shot her like at least 5 or 6 times. I don't know how many. In the face, y'all. In the face. And she was alive, still alive, as the ambulance came and took her to the hospital, but she died at the hospital, or maybe in the ambulance. I know that she was still alive, breathing within those few minutes that she was laying on the ground, laying on the floor of her kitchen. But this was the most horrendous act of violence on an innocent, unarmed person I've ever seen a policeman do. I mean, there's been some stuff, y'all. I'm surprised that the people aren't rioting right now. You know how when something goes wrong like this, they riot. I'm surprised there hasn't been one yet, but that doesn't mean there's not going to be. I know that they've been protesting, and they were protesting to release the body cam, and now that the body cam is out, maybe it might escalate to something bigger as people watch it, because it's horrific. It's horrible. This is the most horrible crime that I've seen in a long time. She is saying that she was not bipolar. She's not bipolar, but I do feel like she had some type of issues due to, this is when the Lover's card plays in. Due to someone that had once hurt her. This was a man that was in her life once, and he pretty much used her. This is what she's telling me. That he pretty much used her, because I wondered why this Lover's card popped up amongst all this other stuff. So she had someone that pretended to love her. This is the Lover's card when someone only wants sex. They got sex on the brain, and they can tell you all kinds of stuff. But, it doesn't mean that it's necessarily going to happen because they want this first. Okay, it's in the reverse. Why? Because this is something that already happened to her, and then she ended up like this. So I'm hearing that it threw her off mentally a little bit because she was used this way. I'm kind of even seeing a little bit of SA. I don't think I'm supposed to use that word. RAPE, SA. I think that's what they call it now. He essayed her, and it threw her off mentally. She struggled with that in her mind for a while, trying to get over that, feeling used, abused, essayed. This is something she didn't tell anybody. She didn't report this. She didn't tell anybody. This is something that bothered her a lot. Okay? So, yeah, this is something that bothered her a lot, and she did not report it. She didn't tell anybody, oh, this man did this to me, mainly because she was afraid, fear, and then maybe a little bit of ashamed that this happened to her, or maybe she feels like people were going to judge her because this happened to her in the past, okay? So, or, before she passed away. So it's something that she didn't talk about. It's something that she didn't want people to know. She kept it to herself. But she's revealing it now. It's being revealed now by Spirit and by her. It's being revealed because she don't want people to think that she's crazy, is what I'm hearing. Or schizophrenic or bipolar, because maybe a little bit schizo because of this issue. Not a full-blown schizophrenic, but maybe in her mind a lot because this issue bothered her, which would throw her balance off. Anytime you have major issues like that, it'll throw your balance off a little bit. Y'all, I finally soaked off the blue nails that I've had. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I bought a nail glue from the TikTok shop. I bought 2. This is one of them. This is the cheaper one. It was like $3, and the other one was $6. They both work the same. All right, but I bought 2 different ones to try. Now, these are supposed to hold your press-on nails. Oh, my God, y'all. This glue, they do not come off. The first one I wore for 3 weeks, and none of them ever popped off. I had to literally soak my nails in polish remover to get them just to loosen. Don't try to rip them off because it'll rip your nails off. I wanted to test that out. So I finally soaked them off, and I put these on today. I might trim them a little bit, because I do work at a hospital and I can't really wear long nails there. Luckily, they let us wear false nails, but we can't really wear them that long. So I might trim these a little bit before I go to work. But this stuff works, y'all. If you're into fake nails, press-on nails, or whatever, and you can't really, don't want to really spend a whole lot of money on, because I used to spend a lot of money on acrylic, the gel, all of that. I even bought the poly gel to do it myself and just spend so much money, and they would still just fall off because I work at a hospital. I wash my hands 1,000 times a day, so even the acrylic ones would just come off after 2 weeks, and I was just wasting my money, and so finally I just stopped spending my money that way. But then when I saw on the TikTok shop this glue that really sticks, I thought, what, I'm going to try it. And then, I do shows. I'm a show girl. If you haven't seen that, I do shows. So we do a lot of glittery makeup, nails, stuff like that. So I was always constantly struggling with that. But now that I found this, y'all, these stick so good. I love the way it sticks. So I'm going to start using the press-ons with the glue. And they're so easy to use, man. You can just pop them on just like that. They do not pop off. You have to soak them off with this glue. You have to put them on with this glue and then soak them off with some type of glue remover or nail polish remover or something like that to get them off, because these suckers do not come off. I really love it. And for me, since I do put on a lot of shows and I work here with my hands, it's so easy just to put them on. So much cheaper too, saving a lot of money. Yeah, so yeah, I like them. I've been testing them out. This is the second pair, and yeah, I think they're really great. All right, y'all, so let's finish up here. Yeah, I just, God, I want justice for her, which she is going to get justice. The justice card did not pop up here, but I do see justice coming for her. I feel like the family's going to get millions, y'all. They're going to get millions from this. But even that's not going to bring her back. The father is devastated. The whole family's devastated. But the father, he's the one that's been speaking to attorney. He's so beside himself with grief and devastation. This is one of the most horrible crimes. I'm tired of seeing these type of policemen crimes that they do and they just get away. Okay, sorry y'all, my phone was ringing and I think it stopped the video. But I'm tired of policemen getting away with this kind of crime. It just makes me sick, and they've killed so many young innocent people, you know, that are unarmed. This is the thing that gets me. They're unarmed and they try to justify their actions with whatever. You know, these policemen that do this need to be punished severely. And not only just punished here on earth. When they pass away, they got karma. Oh my God, so much karma that they're going to have to pay. I mean, it's like unbelievable. This police officer has so much karma. He's going straight down, y'all. Straight down. There's no justification for what he did. You know, he can say he's sorry, what, but no. I feel like karma is going to drag him down to you know where. You know where. The devil's coming to claim his soul. I'm surprised the devil didn't show up in this reading, but I didn't pull a lot of cards. I am going to do a part 2. But justice is coming. Justice is on the way for her. I hope everybody keeps her in her prayers. Her name is Sonya Massey. And keep the family in their prayers because this was the worst crime, one of the worst crimes I've seen in a while done by a police officer. All right, y'all, I'm going to go. Today's my mother's birthday, and I need to call her. I talked to her earlier today, but I need to call her again. And yeah, my mom turned 83, y'all, 83, and she's still going strong. Her health is great. There's nothing wrong with her. She is fantastic. That's a blessing from God. But I still have my parents. All right, y'all, this is it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.